Are you ready to accomplish your goals or not? Here are 5 tough love tips to get you into shape. Some stuff I wish someone would have told me. Someone besides my mother. Because she definitely could have been a bit nicer about it. But anyways, let's get going. Disclaimer, I am not a professional, just a girl who used to be a chunkster. At my highest, I was 209, and right now, as of this morning, I'm 152. I gained 1 pound, and I am still on my weight loss journey, but I'm taking it in stride, and I want to take you guys on that journey. So once again, not a professional, just some tips and tricks that helped me along the way, and hopefully it helps you too. You ever wonder how I got these scars? It's because I chose my heart, and my heart was pumping that iron. Yeah, it's gonna be tiring. Yeah, you're not gonna want to do it sometimes, but guess what? You do it anyways. You have to choose your heart, because what's harder? Going to the gym a couple of times a week, maybe 30 minutes an hour, doing Pilates in your room, doing a bit of stretching, just generally moving your body, taking a little 10-minute walk after a meal, or hating your body for the rest of your life, of being insecure for the rest of your life, of not loving what you're wearing for the rest of your life. Because sorry to break it to you, sometimes it's not the outfit, it's the body. Sorry, but someone had to say it. Things are going to be hard in life. Life in general is hard. Life is cruel. But what makes it better? When you can at least say, okay, I'm prioritizing my health. I care about making sure I have nutritious meals. I care about moving my body. And I care about looking fine. Because, even when it gets hard and tough, at least you can look at yourself and say, at least I look good. At least I'm doing something good for myself, because it's not just about looking good, it's also about feeling good. Anything is hard. It's hard to just eat Wendy's every single day and then later on have a freaking stroke. Okay, that's gonna be very hard, and I'm sure you would have chose this hard before you chose that hard. So let's just nip it in the bud, choose your hard, and what is going to benefit you most. Tip number 2. What? 2 leg for 2. Okay, so I get it, especially as ladies during that time of the month, we have cravings. We have cravings because of the little bug parasites in our stomach, whatever that means. But either way, we have cravings. We have things that we want to taste in our little taste buds. But guess what? Cravings are temporary. But what's more important? Satisfying the craving that's temporary, that's going to give you temporary satisfaction, or craving the body that you wanted your entire life. Yes, take a moment with that. Are your cravings worth craving this body for your entire life just to satisfy this temporary craving that what's really going to do for you after an hour? If anything, it's going to make you feel more guilty. If anything, it's going to make you want to crave these things even more, which is just going to make it harder, because then you're just in that continuous cycle. So personally, I thought, hey, yeah, I love a good Snickers bar, but do I love Snicker bars enough to let that be what keeps me from my goals? Nah, not to me. It wasn't enough. Don't get me wrong. I'll still eat a Snickers, but I'll eat a little bite-sized one. Maybe a little, what is that called? Fun size? I don't even know the sizes. But would I eat a whole bar? Maybe occasionally, but not often enough. Not often enough. So come on now, come on. I know I've been craving fries for about 2-3 days. And don't get me wrong, do I still eat fries? Of course I do. But do I eat fries every single time I crave it? No, because if I did, I definitely wouldn't be looking like a fry. I mean, maybe a crinkle fry, maybe a wedge fry. But yeah, at the end of the day, food is always going to be there too, unless some crazy goes on. We'll see with the current administration. I know it gets getting a little scary, but till then, food will always be there. We are not in a potato famine. Potatoes gonna be there. Like, just chill out. If you want fries occasionally, that's okay. But to have it every single day, every single time you have the craving, and this goes for sweets too, obviously. But yeah, is that temporary craving enough for you to be able to crave this body that you want your entire life? I don't think so. I mean, it was for a while, unintentionally, but once you really make that mental turn, you just it's hard to go back, y'all. And that goes into my third point. Okay. Okay, so my third point kind of goes into my second one, but food is a very temporary solution. I know that, a lot of people, myself included in the past, was using food as a coping mechanism, as something to be a quick motivation boost, serotonin boost, whatever boost, but it was temporary. All it made me feel was get in the moment, and then later on, usually I would feel queasy, I would feel sick, I'd be like, okay, well, did I really even need all that? Especially if I was overeating, because it was like, look, now I just feel so juicy, and I feel like, the grease is just, it's coming out of me. Like all the salt and sugar you can see on my face, it just, I'm still trying to do better with that to this day. Like I eat less, but my skin is so sensitive. It just, that's my personal issue. And I still have to even be tougher on myself with those kind of things, because I definitely, am a bit of I can't be necessarily a cold turkey person. So I understand it, which is why, although this is tough love, give yourself grace and mercy, and don't do anything too drastic. Because personally, when I try to do the keto diet and things of that nature, all it do is make me go insane. I'm just gonna be honest. But yeah, like it's very much a temporary solution. It doesn't really do too much for you in the long run. And I'm sure whatever you have going on, the food isn't fixing. The problem is still there afterwards. So now you just have another problem to deal with, your health being at risk and the problem at hand. So don't combine the problems. If anything, eating nutritious and getting your body moving is going to at least lower your cortisol, lower your stress, make you feel more motivated to tackle the problem. So all of these things are benefits that are actually going to help, rather than food, which is very much just like, I'm blissful in the moment. And then the next day you're going to be like, oh, darn, I know I shouldn't have ate that 6-pack of donuts. Number 4. Okay, so what you eat in private will show up in public. I know that as humans, we aren't as self-aware as we may think we are. We think that we do more physical activity than we actually do, and we think we eat less than we actually do. And sometimes that is true, but the amount matters at the time. Like even if you do eat only once a day, if that once a day meal is 2,000 calories or 2,500, I mean, that's still 2,500 calories. Even if you are technically a bit active, if your eating outweighs the activity, I mean, hey, that's just how it is. It's a cruel world, what can I say? But yes, what you do in private will show up in public. It doesn't matter if you're with your friends and you eat 2 celery sticks at the hangout, if you're just gonna go back home and binge on 10,000 calories of food later because you starved yourself during the hangout to try and make yourself seem skinny, to try and make yourself seem like you don't actually eat that much all the time. Like, no, I'm just this big because my metabolism sucks and because blah, blah, blah. I eat the same as my skinny friends. If anything, they eat more than me. They say they eat more than me. But do they? Are you with them all day? Are you with them every day? Do you really see what they eat? Because who cares if they ate 3 slices of pizza at the get-together and you ate 2 pieces of celery if those 3 slices of pizza were just their second meal, and the first one was like an apple, and the next one may be a salad. Who cares? And who cares if you eat the 2 pieces of celery just to go back home and eat 8 slices of pizza? Like, it doesn't matter what you do in private will show up in public. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what you tell yourself. It doesn't matter what you're seeing other people do in public, what they do in private shows up for them as well. And I think that's the biggest misconception when it comes to people who are naturally thin and you see them eating a lot in public. Who's to say they've been eating all day? Who's to say they've been eating the same way all day? Who's to say they're even finishing that less healthy meal that they have right there in their face? All of these factors contribute to how you look and how you feel. Because honestly, yeah, I want to be slimmer, but I'm more so focused on the health aspect, which is why I care more about nutrition and working out rather than just being skinny, because being skinny does not equate to being healthy. Just to put that out there. But also, being bigger, not a healthy weight. And I'm not saying skinny. There's a wide range. You don't have to be either obese or skinny. There's a wide range of healthy weights that you can be. And if you already know that you're insecure, whichever way it goes, you know, you got to do something about that in private and in public. Sometimes just in private and in public, if you want to do a bit more, you know, just keep in mind what you're doing in private so your public doesn't either give you a false sense of security or completely revert your progress. 5. Was that 5? I wasn't really counting. Okay. So, last but not least, working out and eating right is just a great motivator to be your best self. I know this is tough love, but at the end of the day, I am an advocate for people being their best selves, being able to take challenges, being able to have patience, being able to just put themselves out there and know that your input will have an output. Yes, it could take a while. Yes, it may not be exactly what you're hoping for, but it's always better to do something than to do nothing. You are more likely to engage in challenges, accomplish your goals, and do all these things when you see that your effort has some sort of, you know, some sort of end to it, some sort of output, you know. So I think that's why when you do lose weight or do choose to be healthy, it is a lot of mental, not just physical, because you have to consistently show up for yourselves and make, you know, choices that will eventually get you to where you want to go. And that's how it is for everything in life, because you can't just hope for this, that, and third and do absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter if you pray, it doesn't matter if you meditate, manifest, any of those things, if there is no action to follow it. If nothing is going on, nothing changes. If nothing changes, and you can have it up here, but you need to have it down here too. Physical and mental, and all of these things will get you closer to your goal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these things were helpful. You know, hopefully I didn't scare you too much. Don't be scared of me, guys. I'm actually much nicer than this. But yeah, and I hope to see you guys again. Bye.